Okay, today we're going to look at the vinyl sign. This vinyl sign needs to be 9 inches by 12. You can do 9 by 12 either direction. Has to have at least two colors and use registration marks. And then we'll weed and transfer a sign blank using the registration marks. If you want a chance at greater than a 3, you need to use 2 or more layers of vinyl and maybe add a text effect, arcing the text or manipulating the text extra. Today I'm just going to show you how to do a real basic sign. So we're going to get started with Illustrator. We'll say new, and we do want to put in I'm going to make mine 12 inches wide, 9 inches tall. And here's my sand blank. Now I'll need some text on here, and we'll just put Hoover across the top. And let's see, for a font, I'm just going to use, now when you select a font, you want to select something with that's fairly thick, a fairly thick font. If you get real narrow fonts, it's going to have a hard time cutting. So cutting and then your job weeding will even be more difficult. So I would like to put this up here. There we go. Now, one easy way to, well, let's go ahead and do a Control C and Control V, and now I'll put this down here, but I do want to change this one to Huskies. There we go, and we will have to make that just no, that's going to fit on there okay. And then we'll just put a simple Husky paw in here. Let's go ahead and get this changed to the color that I would like it. I would like this to be green, and I would like this one to be yellow. And let's place a Husky in here. Let's go out and find a Husky. I'll just bring this one in. And put it right there. Now once I bring it in, go ahead and say embed. Now get rid of the X. And let's go ahead and get this a little bit larger. Remember to hold the shift key down when you resize images to keep the current perspective. And now let's go ahead and let me show you how to align these to the artboard so we know we're exactly in the center. Because when I'm moving this around, it looks like it's centered, but let's get things exact. If you go up to the Align button, right now, if I align horizontal centers, you'll have this little Align To option down here. And if you change that to Align to Artboard instead of Align to the selection, if you say Align to Artboard, now when I select this and then go into Align, this will horizontally line that up. And let's just do a horizontal lineup with all of these. This one, let's do a horizontal as well. And this one, we'll do a horizontal as well. So now I know everything is lined up perfectly. Now, with this one, we are going to have to do a trace. I would just do a black and white logo trace of that. And I think it's already done. Then you have to expand. Little review of what we did. Use the direct selection tool and select here and select delete, and that should have got rid of all the white around. Now don't forget to clean that up a little bit. I think that will do it. So I think that should be good, and I am going to leave that one black. However, right now, once it's traced, of course you have the ability to change it to whatever color you would want, but we'll go ahead and leave that black. All right, and now what we need to do is separate these by layers. So let's open our layers menu and let's create let's create a black layer, a yellow layer, and a green. So let's go ahead and rename our current layer green. And, my caps lock was still on. And if you actually double click this, you can actually change this to a green. And it will change the little color right here to green. And now let's add 2 more layers, and we need 1 yellow. As a matter of fact, if we just double click the layer out here, we can name it and change it to a yellow. And let's make this one black. And we'll change this to black. All right, so now we have our 3 on here, and let's go ahead and move this whole group here, which is the Husky. We'll move that up, click and drag that into the black, and then the Huskies, we'll put that on the yellow. There we go, and we'll leave this on the green. So now what we have to do, so we have this ready to cut. Oh, let's go ahead and add 1 more layer. And we are going to call this layer registration. And we'll just leave it a color that we're not currently using. I'll go light gray. Now this registration layer, I'm going to put it up at the top. Oops. It's easier to move these down than it is to... There we go. So we have the registration layer. On the registration layer, I want you to put 2 small circles right up. You could do 1 here. Let's undo that and let's just click. And let's make it, let's go ahead and link this together. 0.25. And they're both 2.5. And now let's go ahead and place that right up here in the corner. And then I want to hold the Alt button down and duplicate 1 straight across from that. Let's get it straight across by center. See the green line going over there by center? So now we're going to have 2 black dots up there, and those will be our registration marks. And that's how we're going to make sure everything is perfectly centered on this sign when we're all done for accuracy. So those are real important to leave up there. And now all we have to do then is go ahead and let's go into the registration marks first. And let's go ahead and get this all ready to send to the laser. So what we want to do is for both of these items on this layer, we want to outline them. I'll outline them with a 0.25 point line, and you want to take the fill off. So that's what it's going to look like. Let's go ahead and outline this one. We'll remove the fill, and let's go ahead and I'm going to outline this in green, and we'll do a 0.25 also so we can see it. This one we are going to turn the fill off, and we are going to outline in black, and we'll make it a 2.5 stroke. And finally this one, again, turn the fill off, and let's go yellow with this one. There, and now I have these on a separate layer. If I turn any of the eyeballs off, you can see whatever's on that layer disappears. At this point, save this, and this is ready to go to the cutter, and we'll load the yellow to cut the yellow, load the black to cut the black, load the green to cut the green, and we will leave this registration layer on for, I'll just lock it, and we will leave that on for all 3 cuts. So you're ready to go ahead, save this, upload it, and move over to the cutter and cut. Good luck.